Hello and welcome to No Limits Health and Wellness. My name is Graeme. This handsome little guy is Oscar, and this is your yoga practice. If you want to get right into the practice, down below in the description, I'm going to put timestamps of when we start the physical moving practice. So if you want to get right into it, don't let us hold you up. You can click and start as soon as you're ready. Otherwise, you can take all the time in the world. There's no rush. Lay your mat down. Take your time to get comfortable. You can be on your back, lay on your belly. Ultimately, we will start the practice in a meditative seat, so you can get right into that seat if you wish. So I just wanted to share a couple of things with you, some thoughts that I had recently. It's been a long time since I've posted a video because I've just had a lot going on. A lot's been happening for me in the past few months. I got sick for a while, and that was preventing me from doing any, physical activity. For the longest time, I thought I had a cold. I just couldn't shake this cold. And then I finally went to the doctor after way longer than I should have waited. And he says, no, you need antibiotics. You have a chest infection. So finally got rid of that sickness. And as soon as that cleared up, don't I get the worst toothache? Hey, Oscar, it was just seeming like one thing after the other. And I had this realization where I noticed how the old me, which is ironically the younger me, but the older version of myself, the previous version of myself, I'm trying to say, would have gone through this scenario and been like, oh, when it rains, it pours. Like such a Debbie Downer thing to say. They never did catch that anthrax guy, like it's just, very pessimistic. And I had to ask myself, I'm like, well, what's my perspective now? And it's just that sometimes it rains, like it doesn't have to be so dramatic. It's, it rains sometimes. And whether it's a storm, whether it's hailing, or whether it's just a little sun shower, it's a miracle. Every time it rains, we live on a planet that has water that we need, that has sunlight, which we also need. And when that sun causes the water to evaporate, we have an atmosphere that keeps it all in so that it doesn't leave us. It rains down and waters the plants that we eat and nourishes the animals that we love. What a miracle. And I think that Bob Marley said it best. Some people feel the rain and others just get wet. And I think that's enough for our little grounding portion. Does Oscar have anything to say? Anything to add to that? Okay. Well, when you're ready, we're going to begin in a meditative seat. I said that funny. Meditative seat. You can have your legs crossed or extended. Just focus on breathing into the length of your spine to keep it as long as possible. Keep hugging in to support it, to keep it feeling as strong as possible. Okay. Here we go. Got a really fun sequence today. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's land in the moment. Feel the floor, your sits bones, maybe the razor edges of your feet if they're crossed, or if they're extended with your heels. Or if you're kneeling, Maybe you're feeling the floor with the tops of your feet. I want you to continue breathing in and out of your nose, gradually adding length and depth to the inhales, acknowledging the space between the exhales, not rushing in or through any of them. Now, I want you to focus and trace your awareness as you breathe in from the crown of your head down to your tailbone. And then as you exhale, trace that awareness, that consciousness, that light up to the crown of your head. And just flow down and up at your pace. Just allow to slow everything down and to center you in your body, in the experience. Take a few more mindful breaths and bring your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your belly. Let my heart turn to practice. Let this practice become a path. May this path dissolve confusion. May confusion turn to wisdom. Gently flutter your eyes open. Have a great practice. Take your left hand to the right knee and take the right hand behind the hips. So the right hand is pressing into the earth. As you breathe in, the spine gets long, the crown of your head reaches up towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, the navel hugs in to support that spine, and that left hand pulls against that right knee. Twist a little deeper. Let's come back to center. We're going to take the right hand to the left knee. The left hand roots down into the earth behind. So feel the floor with that left hand. Feel the floor with the razor edges of the feet. And feel the floor with your sits bones and your tailbone. Take your consciousness, your light, into the base of the spine. Breathe it up to the crown of the head. And gaze as far as you can over that shoulder. Let's come back to center. Keep facing the front of your mat, or maybe you need to position yourself to face that way as I'm doing now. We're going to bring our hands to the floor and bring ourselves into child's pose. Take your time to get there. There's no rush and there's no fire. Once you land, allow your body to be heavy while feeling light at the same time. Allow yourself to melt into the support of the earth. Breathe length into the spine. And pull the bum towards the heels to create that length. Feel the floor with the tops of the feet. Bottoms of your hands. We'll open the mouth, take a deep breath in. Inside out. We'll come to a flat back, tabletop position, and we're going to go through cats and camels. So as you inhale, drop the belly, look up, and exhale, look to the belly button. Hips high as you breathe in. Tuck the tailbone. As you exhale, gaze up to the ceiling and look back to the belly button. One more. And arch the spine. And come to a flat back and just walk your hands over to the right. Okay, maybe the hands come off the mat a little bit. And from here, we're just going to go through cats and camels again. The lower half stays as it was. We're just bringing a different physicality from the waist to the crown of the head, and move with breath. Inhale and exhale. So start by feeling the floor with the foundation, and then just invite in the curiosity, the playfulness as we do something new, and just notice where your mind shows up in the body. Last one here. Come to a flat back and walk your hands over to the left, maybe coming off the mat slightly, and we're going to go through our cats and camels again. So inhale as we look up, and exhale down. So just noticing where the body lights up, where the mind goes, as those hips go high, as the spine rounds. Thinking less, feeling more. And come back to a flat back, and come back to our tabletop position. And let that be the theme of your practice. Think less, feel more, get out of the head, into the body, out of the brain, into the heart. Okay, out of the illusions, into the reality, into the experience. Let's press back into our, oh, never mind, I forgot to do something. We're going to do adductor rocks. Going to extend the left leg out. The toes will point out to the side, have the heel in line with the hips, and we're going to drop the belly to create that little dip in the low back, and keep that rotation in the hips with the tailbone drawn back, pointing up towards the ceiling. Pull the bum towards the heel, and then rock forward. So feel that stretch as you rock back. Gently ease out as you come forward. Maybe moving with breath. Maybe moving a little faster or slower than your breath. But noticing the breath maintain a consistent ebb and flow. Okay, let's come back to our tabletop, and we're going to do this gate pose on the other side. So right leg extends out, and drop the belly, and we're going to do adductor rocks from this position. So drawing the bum back. So feeling that deep in the right hip. Feel the floor with both hands, with the razor edge of that right foot. Breathe into the lungs. Keep that tailbone pointing up. The last rock here. And we're coming back to our down dog. Let's press back, or coming back to our tabletop, I should say. And now we're pressing back into down dog. And take your time. It's our first down dog of the class, the practice. So maybe you pedal out the feet, walking the dog. Maybe you lengthen one side of the body as you bend one knee and dive into one side and then the other. Okay, lift up onto your toes, bend your knees, and walk to the front of the mat. Take a halfway lift when you get there, and fold forward. Extended mountain pose, reach all the way up. Bring your feet about hip width distance apart. Press the hands towards one another as you lean to the right. Keep pushing the floor away as the hips pull to the left, top shoulder draws back, open up the heart, and let's come back to center. Keep those hands pressing together as we lean to the left. Keep pushing the floor away as those hips pull to the right. Right shoulder draws back to open up, creating the space in the heart. And let's come back to center. Reach the hands up and fold forward. Take a halfway lift. And hands to the mat, step or shoot back, high plank into low. Up dog with new air. And down dog, push the floor away. Let's bring our knees back to the floor. We're gonna drop the belly and lift the left leg up. From here, we can get light on the right hand, maybe reaching up to the side, or maybe grabbing that left foot. If you grab the foot, kick into that hand to open up and stay for 3. And bring that left knee down, right hand down. Let's do a quick decompress into cat pose, arching the back, and then drop the belly and lift the right leg up. From here, try to touch the crown of your head with that lifted foot. Maybe we get light on the left hand. Maybe we grab and connect for that bind. If we do, we're kicking back to open up as much as we can. Biggest breath in, and feet are back into tabletop. Let's press back into our down dog. Okay. And bring your feet together at the back of the mat. We're going to lift the right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, and stack open the hips. Keep pushing into both hands, lifting that right knee as high as you can. Pull the heel towards the bum to activate those glutes and shine through the hips. Now from here, option to get light on the left hand, reaching up to bind that right foot. Stay for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to our down dog. From your down dog, we're going to look to our right hand. We're going to step our right foot to where that right hand is, and then lift the right hand up to the sky. We're in easy twist here for a few breaths, feeling the floor with both feet and feeling long from the crown of the head to that lifted heel. Now keep breathing into that line. Keep it strong as we float that left heel up off of the floor into revolved half moon, strong and balanced. Let's stay here for 3. Left hand can be on the floor, a block, or on the right shin for leverage. Last big inhale. Come back to your easy twist and step back to down dog. From your down dog, bring your feet together at the back of the mat. Lift the left leg up to the sky. From here, bend that top knee and then stack open the hips. That left hand may want to get light. Firm it up by pressing in to both hands, drawing the energy all the way up to that lifted knee. Pull the heel towards the bum to open up the hips. And here we can choose to get light on the right hand, maybe reaching up to bind with that left foot. Stay for 3, 2, and come back to our down dog. Look to the feet. Feel your mind in the toes. You're here. Look up to your hands. Feel the energy there in the fingertips. You're right here. You're right now. Look to the left hand. Step the left foot to where it is and lift the left hand up for our easy twist. Feeling that length and that strength from the crown of the head to that lifted heel. Keep it strong, keep it light as we float that right heel up. Right hand can come to the outside of that left shin. Use that leverage to twist and rinse. Deepest breath in, and we're coming back to our easy twist and back into our down dog. On your next inhale, step the right foot forward for warrior one. The inhale will lift you up. And the exhale grounds you down. So you've probably heard where your attention goes, energy flows. If you haven't heard that before, simply put, where is your mind? And there you'll find your energy. So if your mind is not in the room that you're practicing in, invite it back in. Bring it onto the mat, into the body, into the experience, from the feet all the way up to the fingers. Let's open up into warrior two. Feel the strength in the legs, the support in the core, the confidence, the ease in the shoulders, the jaw, behind the eyes, between the ears. Quiet. My mind is silent. My spirit is at ease. Let's come back to our warrior one, feeling the hips and the heart square back to the front. Bring the hands behind the low back, puff the chest up, and fold into our humble warrior. So again, keeping strength in the lower half and surrendering the upper. And bring all of the weight into the right foot, and let's keep this bind behind our low back as we come into standing splits. So keep rooting into that right foot, pushing the floor away. Breathe the air into that lifted heel to create that floating sensation. As you exhale, hug the navel in, bring your nose closer to that front knee. Biggest breath in, and we're going to open up into half moon. So wake up the torso. Keep those bound fists pulling to the back of the room to pull the shoulder blades towards one another and open up the heart. From here, we're going to bring ourselves into airplane, keeping this bind. Okay, now release the bind and bring yourself into twisted standing leg raise. Right hand to left foot, left hand reaches back. Take your vision to that back hand, looking to the thumb and past it. Guide that left foot by pulling the right hand towards the right knee. And we're in figure four. Okay, the right leg may be on fire. Land in the shoulders. Land in the fingers. Land in the ears. Land in the tip of your nose. Last big inhale. And unravel. Extended mountain pose. Reach up. Fold forward. We'll take ragdoll just for a moment. Restore. Release. Reset. With every cycle of breath. Every inhale serves. And every exhale supports you. Stay in that belief system, in that feeling, in that frequency, in that energy. Release the hands, open the mouth, take a halfway lift. Release the hands to the floor. You're going to stay in the fold. Just open the mouth in through the nose. Side out. Now take a halfway lift. And hands to the mat, high to low plank. Exhale as you lower down. Up dog with new air. And down dog, push the floor away. On your next inhale, step the left foot forward for warrior one. The inhale lifts you up. And the exhale grounds you down. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Take your attention, your mind, your awareness into the feet. Feel that light travel up both legs, into the hips, which are square, into the spine, which is long and strong into the heart. It's bright and up into the hands. Focus your mind, your energy there. Feel it radiate from your palms and build this ball of light above your head. We'll exhale into Warrior Two to let that light out. From here, we're going to come back into our Warrior One, squaring the hips and the heart to the front, and then take the hands behind the low back. Puff the chest up and fold forward. Pull those bound fists towards the direction you're bowing towards. Look to the back of the mat. Have the crown of your head pointing down. Strengthen the lower half. Serenity in the upper. Biggest breath in. Biggest fold. Bring the weight into the left foot and float the right leg up for standing splits. Keep pushing the floor away with that left foot. Feel the chest expand. Hug the navel in to fold a little bit deeper. Keep rooting into the ground. Keep rising towards the heavens. And deepest breath in. And then we're opening up into half moon with the bind. So keep pushing the floor away with the left foot. Right heel reaching to the back. Bound fist pulling to that same direction. Deepest breath in. And we're coming into airplane with this bind. Keep that lift in the chest. Biggest breath in. And come into standing leg raise with the twist. Left hand to right foot. Right hand behind. And feel this duality in your body. From the grounded heel to the crown of your head. A straight, bright line. And from those right fingertips to the left wrist. Another line crossing through. Let's come back to center. Now let's guide that right foot to the left knee for our figure four. You can have genie arms like I have. You can have prayer arms. Whatever you have, keep the elbows lifted in line with the shoulders so that heart is shining to the front. Deepest breath in and unravel. Extended mountain pose and fold forward. Extended mountain pose. And we're going to come into eagle, standing on the right. So right leg grounded, left leg is hugging that right leg. Option for genie, prayer hands, or eagle arms. There's 3 breaths here. And we're going to unravel and take eagle on the other side. Standing on the left, right leg hugs that left leg. Keep pushing into the floor, bringing the energy up into the spine, exhaling from the hips. Biggest breath in. And we're going to unravel. Extended mountain pose, reach up and fold forward. Take a halfway lift. And hands to the mat, high to low plank. Exhale on your way down. Up dog with new air. And down dog. Push the floor away. Okay, so from our down dog, we're going to bring ourselves into figure 4 legs. We're going to keep the left foot grounded and bring the right ankle in front of that left knee. From here, we're going to get into a high plank. You may need to walk your hands a little further away from your feet to create that space so that when you hinge forward, we bring our shoulders over our wrists, and from here, rock onto the side. So bring ourselves into side plank with the figure four legs. Left razor edge of the foot is connected to the mat. Option to bind the right foot to the right hand and lift it up to the sky. Feel the hips lift, the spine lengthen, and then step the right foot to the front of the mat for high crescent lunge. Reach the hands up to the sky and ground into the mat. From here, we're going to open up into warrior two, so dropping that left heel down. And from here, we're going to dive into the left, into surfers. So find that space to dive deep into that left hip. And from here, we're just going to do some hip mobility, working our way back to the front and back to the back. So pulling by driving that leading heel into the earth, engaging the hammies, the glutes. They pull us over to the front. Hands can walk with you, okay, as you build that confidence to really ride the wave and the support from side to side, and gradually work on keeping the bum a little closer to the earth. The movement may resemble a big arch, like a rainbow at first, and then try to stay a little bit closer to the ground. We're going to take one more pass to the front, and we're coming into our lizard. From lizard, we're going to step the right foot back, and we're back in down dog. Let's open the mouth in through the nose. Let something go. Okay, from our down dog, we're bringing ourselves into figure four legs on the other side. So keeping the right leg grounded, bringing the left ankle in front of that right knee, maybe widening your stance a little bit by walking your hands to the front of the mat. Hinge into high plank, roll onto the side into side plank, and find your biggest expression. Keep the hips lifting, the spine lengthening, and the heart opening up as that top hand reaches towards the ceiling and draws back. Stay for 3, last 2, and step the left foot to the front of the mat for high crescent lunge. Reaching up, grounding down. We're going to pivot and open up into our warrior two. And from here, we're diving into the right. So creating that space as we exhale. As we inhale, we create that lift. Inviting in the space with every inhale, with every exhale, permitting ourselves to move into that new space, to feel that new energy. So last pull here, we're drawing ourselves to the front of the mat to come into lizard. And stay here just for a moment, feeling the floor with left and right hand, left and right foot, and then step the left foot back. We're in down dog. We're going to bring the feet together at the back of the mat. This time we're bringing ourselves into eagle legs. So standing on the left, we're going to wrap the right leg around the left. And just like before, we're going to hinge forward into high plank with the eagle legs. We're going to rock into side plank. And this time the left foot can be flat. Okay, so feel the floor with all 4 corners of that left foot. Option to keep the eagle legs. Option to extend the bottom leg out into a fallen triangle, or to bring that bottom knee to the right elbow for a funky side angle. Last big inhale, plant that right foot down to where the right hand is, and we're going to press into that right foot and open ourselves up into half moon. From half moon, we're going to bring that left heel down to the floor into warrior two. And from warrior two, we're bringing ourselves into triangle. So straighten that right leg, reach the right hand forward, 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 and then down. Create all of that length in the left side of the body. Feel long from the razor edge of that left foot to the left hip, up into the armpit, and then shoot those lightning bolts up to the sky through those left fingertips. Look to the top hand and allow the inhale to pull you up to a stand. Turn both of your feet to face the front of the mat. We're setting ourselves up for pyramid. Reach the hands up to the sky and fold forward. So hips are square. You're looking to the back of the room. Crown of your head points down, shoulders drop, head becomes heavy. Deepest breath in, deepest fold, and then wake up the upper half, lengthen the spine, left hand down, right hand up, twist the energetic body. Keep pressing the feet into the floor, pulling them towards one another. Last big breath in, and step the feet together. Take a halfway lift, hands to the mat, high to low plank. Up dog with new air, and down dog, push the floor away. From here, bring your feet together at the back of the mat. We're going to take eagle legs, standing on the right this time, so left leg hugs that right leg. We'll hinge forward into a high plank and rock onto the left into a side plank. Again, right foot can be flat, feeling the floor with all corners of it. Option to keep the eagle legs. Option to extend the bottom leg out for fallen triangle, or to bring the left knee to the left elbow. Last big inhale. Plant that left foot and then press into it, bringing the energy up. Send the energy into every limb, every digit, right heel kicking back, toes pulling towards your nose. Biggest breath in, and we're going to land in our warrior two. From our warrior two, we're going to straighten that left leg and bring ourselves into triangle. Feel the floor with both feet as you lean forward and then down. Draw the energy up from the floor into the hips and feel them light up. And the wall that you're looking at pulls the hips towards it, creating that little back bend in the low back. The wall behind is pulling that top shoulder back to open up the heart. Look to the top hand. The breath in will pull you up to a stand. We're going to turn our feet to face the breathe wall. Oh, it says breathe on our wall here. Face whatever wall you have at your home. Bring your hands to your hips, puff your chest up, and fold forward. Your hands can stay on the hips or they can come down to the floor. You may feel your shoulders drop a little more, the head become a little heavier as you completely surrender the upper half. Keep the lower half working. It's an active forward fold. So the lower half is active, drawing the energy up. It peaks at the tailbone, at the base of your energetic body, and you imagine there's a switch. You can flip it and you just power off. The muscles melt, the thoughts slow. Deepest breath in and out. Slowly come up to a stand, one vertebrae at a time. Turn your feet to face the front of the mat and reach your hands up and fold into our pyramid pose. So pressing both feet into the floor, trying to wrinkle your mat up to feel the hips square, and then surrender the upper half. Deepest breath in, your deepest fold. Wake up the spine, take that halfway lift, and twist. The crown of your head is pulling to the front, tailbone pulling to the back. Left hand reaching up to the sky and drawing to the back. Biggest breath in, and step the feet together. Take a halfway lift, And hands to the mat, high to low plank. Up dog with new air. And down dog, push the floor away. Lift up onto your toes, bend your knees, make your way to the front of the mat. You're gonna take yogi squat. Okay, from yogi squat, we can just reconnect to earth, to breath, slow things down. If stillness serves you in this moment, take it. If you're craving a little bit of movement, we can take some binds, reaching around one knee or the other. We can just take some twists, taking one hand to the floor and one hand up to the sky. If we want a new challenge, something that I haven't cued before, we can try doing knee taps. So bringing the feet more into a straightforward position so that they're not turned out to the sides. So they're facing the front of the mat, coming into a deep squat. From here, we can play with knee taps. So tapping the knees down to the earth and then coming back into our deep squat. So with control, with confidence, bringing those knees gently down and slowly coming back. If you're playing with that, you can gradually make it a little more challenging by maybe placing your hands behind your head. Okay, let's take 5 to 10 more breaths. Doing whatever you're doing, don't count the breaths. Make every breath count for you. Okay, you can meet in extended mountain pose, or you can go through our last little vinyasa of our low plank, up dog, and down dog. I'll meet you in extended mountain pose, however you get there. So from extended mountain pose, reach the hands up to the sky. We're going to stand on the right foot, lift the left leg up, pulse for 3, 2, 1, and then kick back and grab that left foot with the left hand for dancers. Okay, pushing the right foot into the floor, kicking back into that left hand, reaching the right hand forward and up. Now take that right hand down to the floor and keeping the hips open, knowing that we're going to be opening up into half moon. So release that left foot from the left hand and stay here for 3, 2, 1. Come to airplane for 3, 2, and fly right into extended mountain pose. Reach up. We're going to stand on the left leg this time. Pulse the right foot up for 3, 2, 1, and kick it back and grab it with that right hand, pushing the floor away, reaching to that imaginary wall in front of you and sliding your hand up towards the ceiling. Now, take it from the ceiling down towards the floor. Keep rooting into the left foot, pulling the energy up to support and to light up as you open the hips. We'll unbind, releasing that right foot from the right hand, staying strong for 3, for 2, and opening up or squaring our hips and our heart to the earth for airplane for our final 3. Last 2. And step the feet together. Extended mountain pose, reach up, fold forward, Take a halfway lift, and hands to the mat, high to low plank. Up dog with new air, and down dog. Push the floor away, up onto your toes, bend your knees, front of the mat, and lower down onto your bum. We're gonna lower onto our backs to do some back bends and heart openers. We're gonna start with bridge, and then we're gonna do a wheel. If you just feel like doing 2 wheels, you can do 2 of those. Or if you wanna do 2 bridges, you can do 2 of those. Just stay in the practice of breathing. We're gonna set up for our first back bend. I'm going into bridge, heels in place, lift up the hips. In your bridge, you can take bound fists behind your low back, kind of like we're in that bound half moon, fists pulling towards the heels and the shoulder blades squeezing towards one another. You can press your triceps into the earth for a little more support. And if you're doing that, you can take your hands behind your low back to make a little pillar of support for that bridge. And from here, you can explore lifting one leg up to the sky, lifting the other leg up to the sky, bring the weight into the shoulders, hug the navel in, squeeze the glutes, and then send the heels towards the heavens for shoulder stand. Option to take plow or deaf man's pose. Last big breath in and slowly unravel. You can let your knees go from side to side as we land back in the support and the security of the moment, breathing in what serves, exhaling anything preventing us from feeling that support. Okay, peak of the practice here, biggest back bend and heart opener if we're getting up into wheel. Otherwise, in your bridge or your wheel, whatever you're doing, try something new. I'm gonna try something new today with you, and I may fall out. Next inhale, lift up, but it's not about what happens when you fall out. It's how you show up after. So maybe you try lifting one leg up to the sky, and the other. If you're in wheel, maybe you try lifting one hand up to the waist, and the other. And maybe you try lifting up one leg and one hand at the same time. And if you wobble, if you fall out, how can you be grateful just to try it? Slowly lower down onto your back. Let's hug our knees into our chest and rock forwards and back along the full length of the spine. Just giving a little gentle self-massage. And then let's take a quick happy baby. So I almost said something there when I was falling out of my pose. Something that I used to say all the time. Whereas if we wobble, if we fall, just to be grateful for those legs that we get to wobble on, that we get to use to stand back up. Because there's somebody out there who doesn't have a leg and would give anything to have that. Right? So that's what I used to tell people. By the way, you can rock from side to side. So I used to tell people, acknowledge what you have because some people don't have it. And they would appreciate it. But the more I think about that, the less sense it makes. We shouldn't have to align with pity for what others don't have to land in that feeling of lack to appreciate what we have. We should just appreciate it because we have it. Release the feet, hug your knees into your chest. We'll rock and roll into a seat, and we're going to start our stretches. We're going to get into pigeon pose. Okay, so bringing our right shin parallel to the front of the mat, left leg to the back. Slowly roll onto the right bum cheek. Swing the left leg around. Reach the hands up and fold towards the left foot. Breathe in the length. Exhale, move into the space. Breathe it in. Allow yourself to feel it. Come up to a vertical spine. Getting into supported wild thing. Right hand behind the hips. Right hand, right knee, and left foot. Root down to lift you up. As you draw the energy up from below and shine it to the heavens above. Deepest breath in. And slowly lower down onto your bum. Bring that left shin to the front of the mat and the right leg to the back. Setting up for pigeon on the left. And slowly roll onto the left bum cheek. Swing the right leg around. Now reach the arms up. Hug the navel in to support the low back as you fold forward. So stay connected to that grounded feeling beneath your bum. Stay connected to the breath. And visualize that breath, creating length, creating ease. Slowly come up to a vertical spine. You're going to take the left hand behind the hips, root into the left hand, left knee, right foot. Draw the energy up and just be that vessel for it to flow through your hips, your heart, throat. Every energetic center is open and just allowing everything to move freely. Slowly lower down onto your bum. You're going to take one more forward fold to really get the hip flexors. So you can do butterfly, pressing the soles of the feet in towards one another and then folding forward. Or you can take straddle, whichever one you're doing. Keep the bum rooted. If it lifts up, meet yourself where you can maintain that grounded sensation and maintain that calm breath. You are in control. Don't you forget. You're in control of the breath, the heart rate, the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions. and the energy. You have the control. You have the power. You are the master of reality. Great album by Black Sabbath. Okay, let's slowly come up to a vertical spine. We're going to lay down onto our back, hug the knees into our chest, and just allow them to drop over to the right as we gaze over our left shoulder, enjoying a nice supine twist here, all the way from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Bring the knees back to center, and then allow them to drop over to the left and gaze over your right shoulder. Slowly come back to center. One more final tight squeeze. Give yourself a moment for things to come back into alignment, and maybe some cricks and cracks after those twists and turns. We didn't do this at the beginning of class, so really mean it now. When you hug yourself as tight as you can, you give your left knee a kiss, your right knee a kiss. If you can't reach them, you blow them a kiss, just to align with love and gratitude for this body. I love you. So grateful for you for carrying me through all of these experiences. Another beautiful day. Feet up to the sky, hands up to the sky. And just give gravity a moment here to do its thing. Feel the pulsing of blood, the buzzing of energy within, without, all around. It's you, it's everything. Just allow gravity to do its thing. These waterfalls cascade down from your fingers and your toes. I want you to imagine something like Niagara Falls. This is not a peaceful, gentle stream. It has so much power. Any blockages, any restrictions in the body are being obliterated. So the blood you feel pulsing, the energy you feel buzzing, and just work its way down into your heart, your soul. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor for Shavasana, corpse pose. Allow yourself to be here, to acknowledge everything without focusing on any one thing in particular. All that you are, all that you have, everything that's here and now. I'll leave you with 2 minutes of silence. Slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll out your wrists and your ankles. And when you're ready, take a full body stretch. Reach your arms up over your head, point your toes, feel your low back lift up off the mat, and then roll onto any side that feels comfortable for you into a fetal position. And just soak up the significance of the pose, a fresh start, a new life, brand new experience. And all the energy that this new reality is made up of. The building blocks you've been here cultivating. With your eyes open or closed, press yourself up into a seat. Take your time to get there. Like I said, your eyes can be open or closed. Your legs can be crossed or extended. Just want you to feel comfortable, to feel supported. And wherever you are, I want you to feel seen. I want you to feel rich. That feeling that you've been cultivating, that frequency, that energy, you're abundant with it. You're overflowing, you're radiating. That light is felt. Your energy is appreciated. Bring your hands to your heart center. We'll take a deep cleansing breath. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. May you have kind thoughts. Bring your thumbs to your lips. May you have kind words. And bring your thumbs to your heart. May you be open to give and receive always. Come back to your third eye. The light in me acknowledges the light in you. Let's bow to each other. Say namaste. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to be back in front of the camera, back on the mat, recording what I love, to share it with you. Just going to see if Oscar's got anything to say. I should have put it by his belly. I think it was making more noise. I think someone's hungry. But anyways, thank you so much. I'm happy to be back. I'm excited to return and film more and share more. But until then, I appreciate you. Keep the energy with you so that others can feel it. Thank you again. I know I said it in front of the camera already, and I just can't say it enough. I appreciate you being here so much. And I'm recalling a special quote just now that I want to share with you before we part, and that's: people will not remember every word you say or everything you do, but they'll never forget the way you make them feel. So as you permit me to guide you through movement and to share all these thoughts that I feel are important to me, my intention is to leave you feeling lighter. And my hope is that you make the world you're living in and experiencing feel brighter. I'm really excited to get back to the studio and record the next video. I plan to film a tutorial on how to jump, shoot back, or float into your low plank. So this is a special request from one of my subscribers. I've already created a video for a subscriber who wanted to learn how to do the pistol squat and sissy squats. So you can check that video out here if you want to click on it. If there's a pose or a sequence that you'd like broken down and explained in greater detail, don't hesitate to request a custom video. I'm here for you. Check out some of these other videos. Here's a guided meditation and a short yoga practice if you're tight on time. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And check out my website for all my services. There's Reiki, energetic healing, breathwork, meditations, mindfulness coaching, personal training, goal-specific coaching, and more. That's just rhyming off a few of the things there. All of these things are available online or in person if you're in the Greater Toronto area. And if you're in Toronto, if you're in Etobicoke specifically, come check out Torque Wellness. That's it is the most cost-efficient way to flow and practice with me. And yeah, that's about it for now. So until next time, keep shining. Your light is felt, and your energy is appreciated.